Hello guys, this is Pat from Pat back at it again, and today we have the first video past BANLIST. Couldn't be anything else but heroes. So a lot of you are already asking me in the comments a version past BANLIST, and here I am. So we're gonna go through this. There's a couple of considerations to do, of course, to understand what's this stack shifting to, because there are some changes you need to take into account. But before jumping right into it, guys, just a quick reminder: if you enjoy the content, please leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and it really helps me a lot. Let's jump right into it. So I'm here with, of course, Jaden and Dragani Contact. No changes were made to the skill. That is still broken and feels still unfair as frick. So I mean, again, the deck is was actually demoted from tier 1 to tier 2, but this is definitely 100% cog worthy, even in the first days of the month, because I literally had like, what, 7-8 duels with this, and probably 9, and I had like 2 rank ups. I ranked it up from legend rank 1 to 3 in no time with this. So what we know now is that we can't play 3 Stratos and 3 Liquid, because both were semi-limited to 3. So in a total of 3 of these 2 cards we have to play, of course, 2 Stratas and 1 Liquid Soldier. And here comes the cards that are gonna replace it, are gonna replace the other copies. The Winged Cripple level 6, that in this case scenario just start to feel even better. And trust me, summoning days going first feels super good, but even during the duels, this is so annoying to deal with. Like, trust me, because this keeps on coming back, because you keep on fusion summoning, and this can keep on coming back, and it's annoying as hell, because you keep on making your opponent lose life points. As you will see in the replays, there are specific duel that I kept on using this again and again and again, and basically, this was what made me win. So, just one, because you can search it with this, you can search it with emergency call, because this counts as an elemental hero card. Then, I'm playing triple effect failure just to, diversify all of the type of interruptions that I have. Otherwise, they could be all back rows as this one, but then if your opponent just plays tons of back row disruption, like typhoons and cyclones and night beams, you're gonna be screwed. So it's a little bit better to diversify. So we're playing triple Veiler, but you can play 2 and a Ghost Murner. You can play other entraps, even though I feel like Effect Veiler is the best one. And so the key, in my opinion, is Keeper of Dragon Magic. You need to play this guy in order to have something to normal summon it, because now the problem is we just jumped from 3 Stratos and 3 emergency call, so basically it also triple Liquid Soldier, so basically 9 monsters to be normal summoned, even though summoning Liquid Soldier is not that much of advantage, especially going first. But we jumped from 9 monsters to be that you could normal summon to basically 3 and 3 6. So in a 30 card deck, it doesn't feel right, it doesn't feel correct. So that's why we're increasing the number of normal summons, and that's why Keeper of Dragon Magic, in my opinion, is fundamental. And Keeper of Dragon Magic is fundamental for a couple more reasons. Because this guy on summon does not only look for Neos Fusion, but also eventually for Miracle Fusion. So just in case your opponent negates your Elemental Hero Sunrise, and trust me, it can happen a lot, especially with all of the Effect Veiler going around, well, keep in mind this guy can also search Miracle Fusion. So if you already have a Liquid Soldier in the grave, maybe you have more heroes in grave than in your hand to use the poly with, well, with the Keeper of Dragon Magic, you can search the Miracle Fusion and go with that. But of course, the main purpose of Keeper of Dragon Magic is Neos Fusion, searching Neos Fusion. So, of course, the problem of having less Liquid Soldier means we have less chances to have our 4 draws, so it becomes super important to at least getting the access to Gross Keeper. And basically keep in mind, having Keeper of Dragon Magic means you're gonna already draw 2 cards, because Keeper searches Neos Fusion summons Brave Neos, and Brave Neos with Cross Keeper is gonna be Cross Keeper in the grave, so you banish it and you draw a couple cards. Last but not least, honestly, I've tried this and I guess I can't go back. This is so good that I love it. You know, the thing is, this thing is lovely, and of course it changes the way you play the deck, because at this point the Paradox Fusion is wonderful because it is a negation that this can negate anything except monster effect. So it can negate spell card, drop card. Keep in mind, activation, not effect. So if there's an already activated continuous trap or continuous spell that activates its effect, you can't negate that with Paradox Fusion. You can only negate the activation of those cards. But also he negates direct special summons. So this means, of course, this in the mirror match is a little bit, I mean, it's not crazy, even though you can negate Neos Fusion, for example. You can negate the Polymerization or the Miracle Fusion. But guess what? This is crazy against Lynx and Xyz decks, because this can just negate the direct special summons. Plus, it makes you the only cost is to banish a fusion monster you control that, with a deck that has access to one Polymerization per turn, does not feel that bad, right? Does it? So, I honestly love this thing, but you have to adjust your way of playing if you play Paradox Fusion, because you want to make sure that you have 2 hero monsters on the field, because with the Super Poly, you have to use the Super Poly not with the Fusion, because if you have a Fusion elemental hero on the field, you want to save it for Paradox Fusion. So you want to have more hero monsters on the field, maybe for example a Stratos or a Liquid Soldier, even better, or keep in mind, even a Winkaribo level 6 that counts as elemental hero monster on the field, to fuse with the Super Poly and one of your opponent's monsters, while you keep the Fusion as a cost to activate Paradox Fusion. Honestly, this is a game changer. I think the deck does just fine. You feel, of course, the last consistency, if I wanna talk it like that. But I just definitely feel like Keeper is majestic, especially going first, because Keeper can basically solve the issue also for the additional monster. So if you find yourself with a Neos in hand that you have to discard to activate the skill, or just if you discard it with the effect of Keeper of Dragon Magic to grab the Neos Fusion, keep in mind you can use the effect of Keeper to summon a Neos Sat, and then you use Neos Fusion. So basically this will allow you to get the monsters to activate both Super Poly and Paradox Fusion. That's lovely. For the extra deck, just some classic, nothing new, as you can see right there. Guys, again, I thought about playing the Kluger and the Neos Wiseman, but honestly, we already have 3 level 10. The problem is that if you play Kluger, you have to add 2 level 10 monsters that are bad. Neos Wiseman and Duel. And in my opinion, it's not worth it. I had a couple of duels with those in the deck, and I kept on, ranting about the fact that they were always in my hand. So I'm gonna stick to this, honestly, and tell you that this is, I literally tested, and this is, in my opinion, the best version. We can discuss on the back rows, but I just feel like Paradox Fusion is such a good, cheap alternative, especially with the basically 6 Neos Fusion we're playing. It feels so good, honestly, to me. And one last thing, guys, I'm playing double Brave Neos because, again, it's so easy to get the Neos Fusion that you really want to have triple target of Neos Fusion. So Rainbow Neos and a couple of Brave Neos, trust me, it's the thing. Also, if you struggle, like if you feel like you're missing your win condition, don't forget that this guy alone, it's a win condition, because this effect activates so easily. Like, this triggers so easily, because it's not only when your opponent activates an effect, but also when he attacks. So if he just tries to not activate anything, so that he does not trigger this, as soon as he attacks, boom, you activate this and you inflict the damage, and it's lovely. Guys, that's it for the explanation. Hope you enjoyed it, and let's jump right into the replays. Here we go, my boys. First replay on a 3-win streak. We got a mirror match. So it's us to go first. We got Stratus though, we got the Neos Fusion, he's got the Vader though to begin with, so that could be a problem. Of course, in the mirror matches, guys, you always play like that, so focusing on the Armored Dragon, unfortunately, nothing more to do. I went with Neos Fusion anyway because I wanted to make sure to draw a couple of cards, as you can see here, so the Crosskeeper here giving me the Paradox Fusion, so that honestly just feels like a very good like if he's gonna Typhoon here, like even if he gets the Super Poly, I still feel safe with the Paradox Fusion, to be honest. So he started with that, but he got the Paradox Fusion, then emergency call to get the Stratus. So but basically the same thing is happening as happened to me. So Vader to stop that, nothing here to see, so he has to go further with the Armored Dragon Thunder level 10, the Super Poly as well. We both have the Super Poly, and he decided to go straight away to Super Poly here. So again, guys, it's almost always like that. So if in the mirror match, the first one that uses Super Poly loses, basically like that. So he started with Great Tornado, then he puts a face down and he attacks. That's fine. He can't flip this guy up because if he flips it up, I can use Super Poly. So he was forced to keep that set. So it's now the draw. We got the Dragonic Contact here to get the boy, then we got the polymerization. Keep in mind we can just summon the Winged Kuriboh, as you can see there. I'm just attacking because I'm chilling. Now even if he does activate the effect of this, we can activate the Winged Kuriboh level 6 in response. So he's got the Armored Dragon Thunder level 10 here with the polymerization ready. You flip that up. Of course, I don't want him to pop everything. Miracle Fusion here is happening to summon the Iskuri. Not really the great thing. Now he's attacking, but that was just a stupid thing. I can just tribute, pop, nothing here to see. At this point, Keeper of Dragon Magic, so wonderful. You discard, get the Neos Fusion, then we also revive the Neos in case both were in the grave, and actually both were in the grave, no, but still you can keep it back, you can summon it back. Neos Fusion then to summon Brave Neos, so we even have more monsters to send the grave with the effect. Here he comes, and then Dragonic Contact just to have one more card in hand. Eventually he has Kydroid, who knows, but we're just attacking, he's got nothing. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. 5th win in a row, interrupting a 5-win streak already. This is Phoenix Rising, one of the most and best, the most underrated deck and the best ones, honestly. So it's us to go emergency call to get the Stratos. We also have the Paradox Fusion, so he's got the effect Veiler. That's totally fine. We keep in mind, guys, even if we get the effect, we couldn't go into Liquid Soldier. Why? Because of course if you use the skill to send this to grave, you just have one hero monster in end, so you can't fusion summon with Liquid and get the draws. So that's honestly fine. So we're using the skill, of course, got the Armored Dragon Thunder level 10, the couple of cards. Here comes Neos Fusion to get the draw. So Crosskeeper, of course, the Crosskeeper with the with one card back to the deck. Double set. Keep in mind, if you do not have 2 monsters on the field, 2 heroes to use both, keep in mind you can still do one thing. You can still use Super Poly first to summon a hero monster and of course getting rid of one of your opponent's once, and then you can use Paradox Fusion, banishing the hero monster you just summoned with Super Poly. So even if you have just one hero monster, you can still use both. You're just forced on the or a specific order. So he's got the skill, of course. Going second is just a crazy stuff, like it's got +2 out of nowhere, and then he decided to go with the Gemini Spark and a Gemini monster, of course, because he wanted to get rid, I guess, first of this. So, and that's what you have to do, because if you get rid of this, he can play the continuous trap very easily. Otherwise, a very a choke point for the deck is literally eating the continuous trap in response. So if they try to activate the effect, you respond with Armored Dragon Thunder level 10 to pop it, and they got nothing, but they lose a card from their hand. So he started with the Gemini Spark, and I was forced here to do the Paradox Fusion. So he loses so much here. He loses the monster, he loses the pop, but he also loses the draw. So that's very, very good for us. He's got the double summons, he can summon another one here. But he has the Gemini ablation in hand, so he can actually go straight away with Gearfried. And I think he misplayed here because he summoned the second monster and then he used the Gemini ablation here, but that was stupid because he should have summoned the Phoenix Gearfried, so they could have negated this. Instead, he used Gemini ablation. I'm just answering to that with the Iron Dragon Thunder, and at that point we don't care because with this guy he can't go past this. Because these cannot change, cannot change control, so he can't be equipped. And as soon as he realized that he's cooped, that's how. This was a rank up, actually, guys. That's how you did, my boys. There you go. Third duel. Guess what? Another mirror match. I honestly faced more heroes than I expected. I thought people would have dropped that after the nerf, but turned out I was wrong. So I got emergency called here to begin with. Not the best, one of the best hands, to be honest, but still this time we can go with the Liquid Soldier draw. So here it comes, of course the Iron Dragon Thunder level 10, and we can go with the polymerization to draw a couple of cards, summon Sunrise, get the Miracle Fusion as always, nothing new here to see. Let's see what we're gonna draw. Of course, first the Miracle Fusion, don't forget about the Oda. We got the Paradox Fusion, very nice, then the emergency call to get that, and I'm just setting everything and I'm chilling. So what's good about this is that you want to keep it in your hand as a discard folder, because this can be summoned from the grave, so you ideally want to discard it first and then special summon it. So Draconic Contact here to get the Armor Dragon Thunder level 10. The Super Poly here, of course, classic stuff we're seeing. He decided to go straight away with the Super Poly, getting rid of both, but now we are in an advantage situation. He's got the Tornado, then Neos Fusion, so he's going with that. Brave Neos and not the Rainbow Neos, I guess because he was actually afraid. I mean, he knew I was about to Super Poly, probably, I guess. So Cross Keeper here to draw a couple of cards. Set Battle Phase, of course we're gonna avoid that. Miracle Fusion into Super Poly into Sunrise that grabs us the second Miracle Fusion. We got now we are so chilling now, because keep in mind this, the Paradox Fusion is live. So Super Poly has been used. It's already in the grave, right? So we don't care about anything. Like, I don't care what this is. That's what Paradox Fusion does to this deck. At this point, I don't care about nothing. Because if he activates this, I'm gonna negate. So I can do anything I want without caring about this, and that's a beautiful feeling that you're gonna always have with the Paradox Fusion set. So Miracle Fusion to begin with, because why not drawing a couple of cards, right? So we got this, the double draw, the Cross Keeper there, then Keeper of Dragon Magic, normal summon. I discarded Effective Healer because, trust me, we're gonna finish this duel in this turn. So we got the Neos Fusion at this point, getting the Rainbow Neos out, and keep in mind, again, if anything happens, we got the Paradox Fusion, so the effect, shuffling everything. Again, I don't care about the back row, just getting some more cards in hand, attacking, that's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Here we go, my boys, against actually Gemini again. I actually, guys, faced no Salaman Great, but just Phoenix Rising. I don't know why, just Gemini. It's still us to go first. So guys, in this case, I'm trying to give you more turns going first, because it's still the worst case scenario. Going second is always a bit better with heroes. That's why I'm giving you, in this case, more turn ones. So Stratos to begin with, as you can see, we already have also the Wing Ribbon End, and what's beautiful about this is that you can send the Stratos to the grave to get this, because this counts as an elemental hero monster, so you can fuse it with the liquid to get the Sunrise. So, and keep in mind, you want to have this guy in the grave, because you can special summon it from there. So Liquid Soldier getting a couple cards, and Sunrise getting the Miracle Fusion, of course, as always. Let's see what we drew. The just one back row, not really the best thing here, because we don't have that much, just Super Poly and the pop there. Probably one thing I did wrong here was the fact that I didn't use the Miracle Fusion to summon another boy. So because in this case it would have been better to go Miracle Fusion, summoning another fusion monster, and then getting back the Winged Kuriboh. So at least we would have had another interruption. But so my bad. That was just wrong. So it's got the Gemini Ablation here with the search, of course, of the Gearfred, the Catalyst field as well. So this is focused on Gemini, I guess. But I don't know why he started with the Gemini Ablation, just popping it, and then Gearfred, wrong order again. And he's got the spell back to hand, the Phoenix Gearblade, and then the special summon of Renaud. So I guess he wants to go also into Charles. So instead he's going into Ferocious Flame Swordsman. I guess that's fine. Now he's attacking Battle Phase. Super Poly into that. I know he can actually revive it, but I'm gonna draw a card here first, and that's super important. And then when he revives this, he actually cannot equip this. I guess he didn't know again, so he can't change. So he's getting the Chevalier, but I don't know if he has anything to stop that at this point. Here comes the Winged Kuriboh. Why? Because eventually he tries to negate. He will still negate, but he loses the monster because he's gonna get popped. So we got the Miracle Fusion first to draw a couple of cards more, and basically to get another Miracle Fusion probably. No, actually no. Then Neos Fusion to go straight away into Rainbow Neos. So Draconic Contact first to get a draw in our hand, and guess what? Rainbow Neos here is gonna negate, but who cares, because we can just Winged Kuriboh, pop that, and then Rainbow Neos is negated, but we avoid that. And then we just attack for lethal. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. And as you can see here, this is Winged Kuriboh actually getting nuts and getting super good. I love it. Last but not least, this was an epic duel, so, you know, sit down, get your popcorn, and just enjoy it. So we got Orcust here. What a comeback, because now they can just play triple Scarp Recycler, and he started greatly with the double draw of Orchestrated Return, so this feels like a nightmare to me, honestly, but at least, I mean, honestly, it's fine, because now we have, I mean, the level of the meta has shifted up, so it's acceptable to have them back, honestly. I have to be honest with you. Like, I never liked Orcust, but I'm not gonna get influenced by what I like to play. So Orcust deserved these unlimits, to be honest. That was just good. So in Gearsu, as you can see, with the Orchestrated Babel, so they can activate the effect during my turn. Triple set, what a nightmare. So we started with Draconic Contact, not that much of a choices there. I just started with the Armored Dragon level 10 to pop everything. Discarding this feels so good. Of course, he avoided that with it in Gearsuit, and guess what? Doing it again. And he negates that again, and then last time discarding the Paradox Fusion to pop them, 3 discards to pop everything, but it was worth it. And at this point, Neos Fusion to summon the Brave Neos, because I know that if I go Brave Neos, he has 3 back rows. There's no chance that he has nothing good there. So we're going with this, so at least we draw a couple cards. And here comes, let's see what we got. The Stratos, keep in mind we didn't normal summon yet, so Stratos to pop back row, actually the field spell. I don't know why he didn't change the effect, because I guess he thought I would have not gone for the field spell. He was wrong. So we're just attacking Book of Moon, number 1. Set that, attacking again, Book of Moon, number 2. So of course it's gonna be safe, and that's fine. Babel again to get to come back to his end, then Skeleton to summon not the Dingirsi though. So he summoned that, and he actually was a good move because he's still gonna send something to grave. Then the Nightmare to send the Horror, summon another monster, link summoning again into Orchestrion, and then he's got the field spell, as you can see, he's Paladin, Battle Phase, Super Poly to go into Skuridao, but just get rid of the link monsters, of course. Keep in mind, with this, Orcust quick effects are live, so he still has these that can summon these from the grave and get a send to grave effect. So Draconic Contact to begin with. Of course we don't need this Skuridao, but guess what? Now this Skuridao is in the grave, so we can banish it and get the Winged Kuriboh. At this point we're attacking with the dragons. Of course it's got the skeleton, of course to summon the Girsu, of course to use the effect, but of course we use Winged Karibo. First damage happening is got the Pulse Mines, because, of course, don't want me to attack, and still, we're in a good spot, because keep in mind, next turn, guess what's coming back? Because we have a fusion to banish. So it seemed to go Skeleton again to go for the big boy, then the effect, recycling 2 things. I was saving the Veiler for Dingirs, to be honest, so that's why I didn't use it. So he's trying to get even more cards. Here he comes, then Horror to get a monster basically to send to grave, I guess, but instead he went into Deco Talker. Okay, and then he went with the skill to return everything, and then he's just attacking, and I said, okay, that's fine. Now we got the Winged Karibo back on the field, then Stratos to get the Liquid Surge. We know that is just a spell, so Polymerization into Sunrise to get the double draw and the Miracle Fusion ready. Here he comes, and at this point, Creeper to Grave, Miracle Fusion into Tornado, not really just to have a monster basically, and then Keeper to draw a couple more cards. 2 Veiler are just too much. We also have the negation now. The Armored Giant Thunder level 10 is coming back. At this point we can attack. Skeleton to summon the Ningirsu. Guess what's happening? He sends I pop and get the damage done. So we're still attacking. No lethal for 50 points, dude. He's still alive. I can't believe it. He scooped. But keep in mind, we still had the Veiler in end and also the Paradox Fusion ready. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. As you can see from the glowing background, this was a rank up from Legend Rank 2 to 3. Again, it could be so easy to cock with this, but I don't think I'm going to do it. So I want to cock with something else. Guys, that's everything for this version. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thanks a lot for watching, and as always, see you in the next one.